Good morning, everybody. Hey, Kurt Wilson, your mayor of the city of Roswell, here at the Emergency Operations Center. It's Friday morning, about 5:30 a.m. The EOC has been standing since 7 p.m. last night. Julie, take a quick perusal around the room and just show the team that's been here since 7 p.m. I'm going to show some of the things and let the experts talk about what's going on and what's been happening and what we're doing for continuing preparation for the next 12 hours as the storm potentially continues to intensify. The good news is it's rained. It's obviously rained a lot. Everybody knows that. I'm going to show you a couple things here in a minute. Just want to introduce the whole team right now. This group's been here since 7 p.m. last night. Here with Chief Thompson, our Deputy City Police Chief Renard, Kyle from Parks and Rec, been here hanging out for the Parks and Rec folks. Of course, Brian Watson, our Director of Public Works, our Fire Chief Joe Benino, and our Transportation Director Jeff Littlefield. So we're going to walk over here, and I want to weigh in. Chief Thompson, tell everybody a little bit what's happening this evening so far as we go on from the fire perspective.
Yeah, so the team tonight really took an opportunity to build out a lot of plans. We took the opportunity to look at our critical infrastructure facilities in the city, develop points of contact with them, and go ahead and get that taken care of. The other thing is we worked with Parks and Rec. We identified a potential shelter full of those medical patients who were on home oxygen at home should we had a loss of power of any significance. We had the ability to engage Parks and Rec. They could do the transportation. We would step in, provide the medical services there. And around that facility that we identified is the one that has backup power. We also reached out to some partners at North Fulton Hospital. Obviously, we wanted to have a backup EOC in place, and so we were able to, Major Lanier was able to secure a facility for us over there should we have to move our operations from here. And then one of the other things that you'll see here at Medicine Hill there is our data manager was able to create a damage assessment program that we were able to push out to all of our field people, Parks and Rec, Public Work, Police, Fire. So as we go to these calls, these tree handles, tree on a building, we're able to capture that damage assessment. So when all this settles, we can start working towards that reimbursement.
We're going to show that in a minute. It's super cool.
It's awesome.
It's just never used it before. It's a really great tool you guys would come up with, and we'll show what Chief Snyder's doing as well. It's really cool.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Chief. Chief Renard, we're so glad you're here tonight. Thanks. You're obviously carrying the weight with your team. What's happening on the police side?
Absolutely. So from the police side is that we have additional officers here that are able to augment in all of those areas. So we still have our standard officers who are out there for patrol to continue to fight crime and take care of all of your safety issues. But in addition to that, detectives who would normally be here wearing suits, or motorcycle cops who would normally be here riding a motorcycle. Well, they're not riding motorcycles today, and they're not wearing suits today. They're dressed just like the rest of us. They're wielding chainsaws, and they're out there making sure that they can help with the crews and clearing things and getting the roadways back open.
They sure are. I've been out on the streets already this evening and this morning. Yeah. A lot of police are out there.
Absolutely.
They sure are. Cal, what's happening on Parks?
Well, we had two teams at the ready all night long at Parks headquarters. Fortunately, we didn't need to deploy them any more than one time. They were able to cut a tree that fell across Hospital Road. The highlight of their night, they found a lost dog at about 1 a.m, and were able to return it to its owner through the help of social media. So it was an exciting night for the Parks team.
That's awesome, Cal. Thanks. Brian, what's going on with Public Works?
Fortunately, it's been a slow night. We've had crews on standby helping out Parks and Rec, and we've also our water plant's been up and running, and we're just getting ready for what comes next.
Understood. So, by the way, I think we've got some the winds we thought were at 70. Our expectations are down to about 30 at this junction.
That's what we're hearing.
And they still haven't hit us yet.
Haven't hit us yet.
What time are we expecting the winds to come in?
I think it's the next hour or two.
Next hour or two. Director Littlefield, what's going on transportation?
Yes, sir. We've been dispatching crews all night to remove trees out of the roadway, and we've been bringing out barricades to close roadways.
Outstanding. Chief, let's go over here with Chief Thompson. Let's show some of these new tools that are in place right now.
Yep.
Joe, you want to bring us any additional status update before we talk to Alex over here?
Yeah, so we've been pretty lucky overnight. The calls have been coming in one or two at a time. Luckily, we have 3 additional cut teams. We've upstaffed to make sure that those tree down calls are handled without impacting our normal suppression equipment that we already have available should a structure fire or medical emergency come in. So right now we're doing pretty good. We have plans and backup plans in place just in case the weather gets much worse. So we're well prepared.
You want to talk about the status of the crews, how many people are actually deployed right now? I think you brought in some extra people as well.
Yeah, so we have our normal staffing, so full staffing for the day, plus we brought in 4 different teams, additional staffing to make sure that they can handle the increase in call load that we expect.
And I noticed your replacement, Pavel, is already here. He's here an hour and a half early, so I don't know what he's going to be.
It's hard to keep him away.
It is hard to keep him
He's
away.
very dedicated.
Let's talk. Chief Thompson, come on over here. Let's talk a little bit. Let's show off Alex. Let's show off this tool. Let's talk a little bit. Alex, we got from Gwinnett County recently. In the last 24 hours, has deployed a brand new tool. Alex, show everybody a little bit what you got going on. It's really impressive.
Sure. So what we've done is using Esri's ArcGIS tools with the support of Esri, who was here last night with me to help me get some things set up. We have created a damage assessment tool called a windshield assessment tool. This is where fire, police, rec and parks, RDOT, people who are out on the roads regularly going to calls, helping the community. If they see something that is not a current emergency but we need to take care of, we need to track and document and make sure that the community is aware of, the leadership is aware of, we have a method of getting that in. So what we can do is on all these smartphones, we've loaded up an application. We built it custom in the last 12 hours with specific things for our incident. Trees down, wires down, flooding, stranded vehicles, stoplights not working, things that we need to care about. We have the stakeholders here in the EOC to handle. Whatever our users do, all they do is hit a button. They can choose to take a picture if they have time, and that's it. It's a very simple application to get information through to this dashboard.
So you can show on the dashboard, so show one instance, so you can see where the road is closed already. We closed one road, actually right with the yellow.
Yep. So what we've done is, because of photos that our crews have sent us, we can see, for example, this road here has closed due to flooding. Further up the road, we actually have wires down in a photo that we can show you, where you could see wires in the middle of the street, and this was taken early this morning. What we've done is highlighted the roads that are closed on this map. So here in the Emergency Operations Center, we can see these roads here are closed due to power lines being down. We also have roads adjacent to it along the river that are closed due to flooding. And we're just tracking the number of issues that are active and resolved, as well as what they were, so that after the fact, we have data on what happened, how it happened, and when it happened. At the same time, over here, we're creating damage assessment forms for the big assessments. So when these types of events like hurricanes or tornadoes happen, communities become eligible for additional funding at times, depending on the thresholds that you pass. And so it's really important that the city's personnel who are getting out and doing full assessments have the correct forms to make sure that we can potentially get funding for the community to help recover. So over the last probably 4 or 5 hours this morning, we've built these custom forms to match the expectations of the county's emergency management agency and FEMA, so that when our crews go out and fill these forms out, they're filling them out exactly how the federal government and the state will need them filled out to get that funding for us.
Alex, show one more picture of what's happening real time from either Public Works, Police, RDOT, fire in the field. Just show like an incident. We get a call. We go respond to the incident. You're getting real-time pictures to show what's actually going on, and then we can deploy resources to deal with it.
Absolutely. So we have people calling 911 every couple of minutes for various emergencies. We got crews going to calls, but also calling about trees down or wires or flooding. And as those crews get out to deal with those issues, they're using this quick capture tool to report back to us here in the operations center. So this one was taken about an hour ago, maybe a little bit less, with that big tree crossing all the way across Pine Grove. It shut the whole road down. So we heard that radio call. We had crews going out. We made sure that they knew to use their app. And that app helped us to populate this information where we can log all of that and keep aware of how it is. So when we hear that this tree in this road is reopened here in the next little bit, I'll be able to go into our editor and change that back to clear and remove the incident.
Alex, good work. Thank you, brother. Outstanding. Let's go here, Chief Thomas. We'll talk to
Our friend, Mr. Snyder, Chief Snyder, we are waiting here to that. For Tesla.
Let's just show what we're doing in terms of, so a lot of things going on in terms of the last 10.5 hours where this amazing team has been putting additional preparedness steps. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on here with this.
Yeah, so during the evening hours, Chief Snyder, Chief Wolf were able to begin to identify some of our critical infrastructure facilities here in the city. And as you can see, several of them in here are some of our water treatment facilities. Obviously, we know how important it is to maintain our water system, our sewer systems here in the city. So with this, we've got these locations, we have contact numbers, we have the ability to stay in touch with them. The other part to that is, if you move over to the next story, we identified other critical infrastructures within the city, our hospital, a lot of our nursing homes,
hospitals, assisted living.
So we took the opportunity of identifying all of those. We'd have points of contact, telephone numbers, so we're able to follow back up with them should the impacts become pretty significant over the next few hours. It gives us the ability to reach back out to them, see if they have any needs, and then just stay in touch with them. So all of these are just great tools. We spoke about the shelter earlier, and work with Kyle and Chief Campbell to develop a kind of an action plan on that. So when we send Parks and Rec staff out to transport somebody to a potential shelter that has medical needs, they know what to make sure that they're taking for that patient to that facility.
Let's talk about a little bit about the Cultural Arts Center and your backup plan that you've got going on there for potential residents who need oxygen.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a very, very critical part. Obviously, when the community begins to start losing power, it could be minutes to hours. But those individuals in our community that are on oxygen, if they don't have the ability to have their oxygen generators continue to go, we've got to be able to always live power. So working with staff, our EOC tonight, we're able to identify and secure a city facility that has a backup generator. So having Kyle and them over at Parks and Rec, if somebody were to call in, say, hey, I'm without power, I'm on World 2, and I don't have oxygen one day, then you get crews out there to them, get them transported to the facility. We would then, from the fire department, supply medics to be able to staff that facility and ensure that the patients are taken care of.
Great backup plan.
Great backup.
A lot of good stuff going on.
A lot of teamwork.
Outstanding. Chief, we got one other piece you wanted to show, right? You had one other piece you want to demonstrate? What's going on? No? Perhaps. There's a lot of stuff going on.
There is a lot of stuff going on. We have dispatch here with us in the EOC, making sure that all the calls coming in are being disseminated to the right people, whether it's police, fire, or transportation crews, or art crews that are out there. We have cut teams in all the different departments helping us out with some of the lower level calls, making sure that our police resources, our fire resources are still able to respond to those life-threatening emergencies. So it's this week.
Very good. And of course, on the other side of this camper is Community Relations, Julie Brickville, our Director of Community Relations. She's wearing my fire jacket, unfortunately, right now, because it's cold in here. But as you can see, folks, there's a great team of your Roswell city government that is not only prepared, but actively doing things, and will continue to. The EOC will continue to stand up as long as we need it to stand up, 12-hour shifts. These folks have been here for almost 11 hours getting it done. Next team will be coming in about an hour. So just want to give you a quick update on how this great city Roswell team is taking care of us. We'll see y'all later. Be safe, stay indoors, stay off the roads, stay home with your family, and enjoy yourself today. I know that sounds crazy, but do a puzzle, read a book, and hang out at the house. Talk to you later. Thanks.